Hey there, Feli here. I've heard so many times, stop seeking external validation. You don't need it. The truth is that no matter how much self-validation, no matter how much positive affirmation, no matter how much you tell yourself that you are fantastic and great and, all the self validation part where you know that you can do stuff and you are capable and you can go after your goals, which is important, but it won't fill the void or the lack of external validation. So we also need it for our motivation, for our performance, and just because what we do adds value to other people. Therefore, the way we know that it adds value is just external validation. So the main idea is not stop seeking external validation. It's actually about get internal validation and also know how to get healthy external validation as well, right? But basically knowing how to get external validation, knowing that you need and you want the external validation and that it matters, puts you in a different position where you can look for different solutions in different ways and how you can actually get that external validation in a way that doesn't make you, even dependent, because you can rely on your own judgment and you know your own things that you want to do. But you can also take the positivity out of the validation that puts you in a better position to perform better. It motivates you. Working along with people that validate you, that you feel seen, you feel understood, you feel valued, is, what makes life worthwhile. So there's no discussion that we don't need external validation. Either we need it for who we are as a person, either we need the validation that we do a great job and that we thought through a thing, and we need a validation for our work or for our ideas or for our creativity or for our dedication or for our imagination or for what we actually do and the risks we take and the courage we show. We are always in a better position when someone notices our efforts. If I've made the effort to arrange myself and my husband is noticing, I feel seen, I feel valued, I feel like it's a piece of joy of life. The first point is what goes around comes around. So basically knowing how to give validation in a healthy way, not in a superficial way, not in an authentic way, not in a way that you try to manipulate others, but giving it in a way that you want to receive it, right? So what goes around comes around. And the way we are doing it in real life, and there's also in the online environment as well, right? Online is an environment we spend a lot of our time in, where we show up with our work, we show up with our lives, with our opinions, with our thoughts, with who we are, and we are also seeking the external validation on these platforms as well, with the likes and hearts and emojis and comments and interactions, and someone is seeing us and is validating who we are, what we believe, and what we do. So the way you can offer validation is listening carefully without judgment and acknowledge the emotions and feelings of others. So basically you are involved into understanding the other point of view and also summarizing what they said or what they written, right? So basically you reflected it back. That's wonderful, your thought process. Oh, that's an interesting perspective on how you thought through this. So basically it's about being specific and taking the moment to understand the thought process or the idea or the emotions from simple things like, share this picture with this food. Oh my God, this looks so yummy. I wish I would have shared that plate with you, kind of stuff. Another way in which you can show validation is by ask open-ended questions. So what was your thought process when you ordered that? What were you thinking when you were riding that horse at that speed? Or how did you feel when you were doing X, Y, Z? So basically going for their thoughts, emotions and ideas or opinions, well, they can have a space where they can express who they are. And also another way is a follow-up, right? So if someone said that they are going to do something over the weekend and they share that with you, or they schedule something, make sure to follow up in that thing. How did that go? Or a meeting that they are looking forward to, or they are stressed about it, ask them how did they go with a text or with a call, or when you meet them next time. So bringing that things in your conversations, it gives the other person the feeling that they are seen, they are understood, that someone is engaged in their journey and their experience. So these are some tips on how you can give external validation. Therefore, you can receive it as well, and you know what to expect. And more than that, you will know what to ask and how to ask. So we are going to talk about as in the next point. Sharing stories around the social media campfire. So because a lot of our activity revolves around social media, around online, how do you do it in a way that you get healthy external validation? And the way I found it to be, in the first place, how to use this environment. So basically, one way I did it was to clean whatever makes me feel uncomfortable, because whatever triggers negative emotions, unfollow. Thank you for your opinion, or for showing me the other sides of the world. It's just like, if I don't want to consume it on a daily basis, then I won't take it. It's the same with food. It's the same with different things in our lives, right? When we don't want to get intoxicated with something just because it's there available. So basically, we clean it from our menu. The way you can get external validation is by having this intention, this is how I discovered for myself, of adding value. If I want to share something, if I want to create something, then I'm thinking, is this going to add in any way value? At least one person is going to maybe get some value out of what I've shared, what I am posting. So basically, instead of just posting a quote, maybe posting a quote with some of my ideas, thoughts, or feelings, get in the habit of sharing them. Instead of waiting silently for other people, your boss, your clients, your spouse, your family, whatever, to notice your accomplishments, get in the habit of sharing them. The small things, big things, something that you are proud of, right? I'm really proud. I've worked on this project for so long. I put an effort. Now it's finished. I would like to share this with you, this experience, and celebrate it with you. Or I'm so proud I did this or that, right? So basically, sharing your achievements, and instead of waiting for someone to notice, you open a conversation where you can healthy get some external validation, because you are giving a heads up to the person I want to share, I want you to see, I want you to notice. Getting in the habit of sharing your achievement, it's such a healthy way to get external validation and appreciation from others, because you are coming from a place of you're feeling proud, you accomplished something, and you are saying it without building resentment inside that, oh, I'm putting so much effort into all this stuff, but nobody is noticing. The fourth point is about I statements. I put this section separate. I thought initially to add it to sharing your own achievements, but this is more about when you are struggling with something, or you want some feedback, and therefore this helps you to, instead of creating assumptions about others people thoughts or behaviors or what they are thinking and doing, then you are coming from a position of I'm struggling with this, I need feedback with this, instead of don't help me with anything on this project, or you are not helping. Therefore, it's like I experience some challenges in this and I will need your help. It will give you the validation and also the support that you might need in particular situation. So this was one big lesson for me. In so many cases I was either what I mentioned about last point, I was silent and waiting for things to be noticed, not sharing my achievements. I'm more and more into sharing small achievements. Whenever we see people that are happy about what they do, it's so nice. And this was valid especially with dealing with housework or with kids that was more falling on my side of responsibilities. And at times it was hard and difficult and I wanted some help. So basically I would have loved to know to do it with I statements. I would have loved to acknowledge my efforts and to share my achievements in a way that is not you never notice. Design your own dreams and set your own goals. What I've noticed whenever I do some soul searching about what is it that I want or what are the next steps, what the next level for me, I've noticed that I get a lot of external validation, encouragement, support, resources. People are willing to help people that want to do stuff, and people resist to help people that complain about their situation. So therefore, the more you set yourself big dreams, the more you set yourself goals, the more you do your part of the work or you do your share of work. So other kinds of support, surprising ones, are going to come your way. So set dreams, set goals, put in your part of resources, effort, whatever you do have available, and you'll get extra help. I wanted to leave my village. The way I thought would be like the next level would be to take some math classes, but I didn't have money to pay for some extra math classes. Therefore, my mother had said like, oh, but we are raising chickens and we have some cheese. And I went to my teacher. I said like, I would want some extra math classes. I need help. And because I want to continue my studies, but I don't have money to pay you. So therefore I have chickens and I have cheese. Would you like to give me math classes for chicken and cheese? It allowed me, it was a stepping stone to level up. And this is one example, but that's kind of how I've noticed this is a principle of life. When you use what you're given, then more is on the way. And people are willing to validate, encourage, support people that go to do stuff. And here in conclusion, I'm really grateful for all the people, for all the experiences where I had this encouragement, this validation. Yes, Feli, go for it, continue. I encourage you, you're doing great. So whenever you can, offer positive validation to the people around you, and also don't shy away from ask for external validation as well, because we need it, and we don't have to lie ourselves that, oh, I can only rely on my internal validation. We are social beings, and getting that appreciation for our work, for who we are, for our creativity, for whatever we put our attention and effort and time into to create, it's wonderful to ask for the feedback, for the validation, and also to get it. So what goes around comes around. So go get your healthy external validation. And thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.